In the year of our Lord 2018, it's not really a stretch to say that movie fandom has got a bit weird. But, and I am going to shock you here, it's not actually anything new. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Craig Miller, Lucasfilm's fan relations officer around the time of The Empire Strikes Back. To ensure that Star Wars wasn't a one-hit wonder, he was tasked with engaging audiences ahead of the sequel. His absolutely genius, can't possibly fail plan was to work with Starlog magazine to share officially sanctioned rumours about the film, all masquerading as genuine fan speculation. Some were fake, some were true, but all were absolutely crazy. My name is Adam Cleary, and these are 7 crazy rumours about The Empire Strikes Back. Number 7, Han and Luke will die. Before he, spoiler warning, actually died in The Force Awakens, there was always speculation that every Star Wars film was Han Solo's last. Mostly because Ford only ever signed on for one sequel and, kept saying they should kill him. But Miller, to his credit, leaned into this hard.
The most disquieting rumor, which was reported in People magazine, is that Han Solo was killed in action, leaving the field clear for Luke. But then, we've also heard that Mark Hamill doesn't want to be in Star Wars 3, so Luke gets killed, or that both Luke and Han die, and the saga continues with either the princess or one of the new characters in the lead role.
Is it weird that I kind of want to see Return of the Jedi, where the Jedi is Carrie Fisher? Number 6, Han Solo fights Darth Vader, and they fuse. Alright, so here is one straight out of the drawer marked, "Lol, what mate, are you insane? Go and have a sit down." You see, one take on the final fight Miller seeded had Han take on Darth Vader in a duel and, well, you'll see.
Near the climax, Han Solo crosses lightsabers with Darth Vader. Although Han doesn't really know how to use the weapon, he's doing fairly well when suddenly the light beams are fused together and Han and Vader's life forces are intermingled. Luke has a chance to come to the rescue, but if he kills Vader, might he kill his friend too?
This sort of moral conundrum really played into the more complex angle they were going for with Empire, sure, but there's no escaping that it's pretty dumb. Although, again, I am here for this being the bad guy in Return of the Jedi. Number 5, mysterious Boba Fett. One of the most anticipated additions to The Empire Strikes Back was Boba Fett, who had slowly been introduced as a key Star Wars figure in parades and the Star Wars Holiday Special. Because he was less established though, many of Miller's rumours are closer to the truth.
Another of the new characters,
I actually don't even know what his voice sounds like, but whatever.
Another of the new characters has the evil-smelling name of Boba Fett. They say he'll rival Darth Vader for sheer terrorism. Apparently, he's a remnant of the old Imperial shock troopers who once made the stormtroopers look like school crossing guards. He wears Wookiee scalps on his shoulder and he plays both sides when he can get away with it.
Sadly though, there was nothing here about him getting his own movie nearly 40 years later. Number 4, Vader's mask is explained and removed. One of the biggest potential hazards with revealing Darth Vader as Luke's father was that audiences may not buy the foreboding figure as, well, human, never mind having a functioning cock and balls. This is why there's a noticeable effort to humanize him in Empire, with Yoda talking about his seduction and Luke's cave vision hinting at a man underneath. Anyway, Miller, the little scamp, started seeding this concept ahead of time by suggesting the promise of an explanation for why he's in the suit and directly alluding to a scene in the finished film.
It has also been reported that in Empire, we learn considerably more about most of the continuing characters, including why Darth Vader wears that mask. We've also heard that in one scene, we see Vader without the mask.
Did this happen? No. Number 3, Luke melts C-3PO. Quite important to remember at this point that all fans really had to go on here was a trailer and a couple of stills. If you've never seen the trailer, it shows a dismantled C-3PO and a prison, so yes, he had a little fun with that.
Luke and C-3PO are captured by a horrendous alien, stop-motion animated the story goes, who dumps them into a tank-like prison filled with a breathable liquid. The only way the alien can be killed, shades of Dracula, is to drive a metal stake through his heart. The only metal around, unfortunately, is C-3PO, and Luke melts the droid down to fabricate the weapon.
Now, this video is adapted from an article written by our former film editor who had written here that this was very dark. But I'm going to safely assume that's a typo and he actually meant dank because a melted down C-3PO sword is very obviously dank as f***. Number 2, Leia betrays Han and Luke. As someone who spends a lot of his time making videos about Game of Thrones and Vince McMahon, I have to talk about incest way more than I really thought I'd ever have to.
Princess Leia is captured by stormtroopers and delivered to Darth Vader, who, by use of the Force, seduces her into betraying Luke and Han.
Now, yes, I am aware that you can seduce somebody without necessarily doing sex, but still this is reducing her to a damsel in distress, and from there, it's only a short hop to mind-controlled love puppet. Number 1, time travel. Here we go, my absolute favourite by about 10 billion miles, and a theory Miller peppered in several times just to make it seem genuine. Time travel. There were some crazy variations in how it would work. Some have the characters going backwards, some far into the future, but it's all just amazingly bad.
The Millennium Falcon falls into a black hole with Luke, Leia, Han, Chewie, and Darth Vader aboard and travels through time. Han and Chewie land on a desert planet where they meet time travelers. I can't do the voice. Where they meet time travelers from Earth's 13th century who are trying to fight off stormtroopers with catapults and crossbows. The Millennium Falcon passes through a time warp, and Luke, Han, and Chewbacca end up fighting in the Clone Wars side by side with Luke's father and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Here is a picture of my face. I want each and every one of you to look deep and long into those pretty blue eyes and tell me you don't want to see any of that. Go on, tell me you don't want Luke and Anakin on the same side, or Chewie trying to work some kind of trebuchet. Yep, thought not.